This is a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, and I was often wondering, how fast was I going down this hill? Just made this guy, and I wanted to see how fast this thing goes. So I put GPS on my phone. That goes like that. Let's go try it out. I'm only going to be able to hold this camera in my mouth, so prepare for some heavy breathing. Here we go. Let's hope no granny pulls out and kills me on this run. All right, ready? There we go. All right. Up to 20 miles an hour. 22. All right, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 26, woo, 28. Oh, it's fun. Oh, we're up to 28 miles an hour there. Whew. Fun. Obviously, this is kind of like a powered skateboard. It's not so much a bicycle. And it was kind of meant for smooth terrain. And I made it so small that I just like things small. Preferably would love to make this thing out of carbon fiber, titanium. Oh yeah, right now it weighs about 32 pounds. One speed. It'd take a bit of work to get it beyond one speed, but you could put more gears on this thing for sure. But for just clowning around out here, I'm really enjoying it. So for those of you who are interested in maybe buying plans and making this thing, I offer them on my website, elkinsdiy.com, under the Plans tab. I'm going to go over now some of the reasons of why I designed it the way I did. I got the idea for making this from watching a video of a guy sitting on his longboard going down a very long, steep bicycle trail. He's actually passing bicyclists. And I got to wondering if these small wheels, seeing they're so small, might have a little advantage in going downhill. So I liked what I saw. I wanted to do a powered version where you can pedal it, brake it, just have some fun. I opted first for the drivetrain to be one-wheel drive. I wanted to keep this nice and simple. I did that by attaching a BMX hub to one of these wheels. These wheels come off of a X-Scooter adult scooter. I found them on their website, purchased 4 of them. Took some doing to get them to be true and to attach it to the wheel, but I figured out a good system. So I now have one-wheel drive, and that's what I wanted, just to keep it simple. I didn't want the chain to run underneath the seat because I wanted the seat as low as possible. As it is now, it's 3.5 inches above the ground, excuse me. I'm using 2 sprockets that I found on eBay. This one here is a 9-tooth sprocket, and the other is a 13-tooth sprocket. They're attached to a 7/16 jack shaft, diameter jack shaft, with collar bearings. The collar bearing supports there are made from 1.5 inch square tubing. I had to take this shaft and take it to a machine shop and have them cut a little keyway. That was about $80. That was about the most expensive part of this project. Now I've got some chain tensioners here. This one I bought off of eBay, real nice little unit, and I need to replace this guy now. Originally, I put this shifting post thinking that I could have a 2-speed, but because of the small sprocket, I was getting a lot of the chain jumping around. So right now I'm just using the derailleur for the chain tensioner on this. And I had to attach a little spring to give me a little more tension. First off, let's remember that this is just a prototype, and I just used what materials I had and what tools I had on hand to create this thing. So I decided to go with 3/4 inch square tubing for the frame. I chose 3/4 inch square tubing because of the square tubing. I wanted to keep it simple, easy to cut, easy to weld. I was going to go 1 inch, but because I decided to do the drive system, one-wheel drive, using the jack shaft, I wanted to make sure that wheel stayed planted on the ground. Hence, I wanted a lightweight frame and something that would get flex to take in the contours of the ground. And that works pretty well. I can go over some lumpy, bumpy stuff and that wheel stays in contact. On the steering, I have a kingpin aiming right toward the center of the wheel. Therefore, when I hit a bump, I don't get any bump steer. If I had a disc brake up there, I wouldn't get any brake steer either. I decided to have one handbrake. Reason being, over here, when you turn this way, it interferes, the cable would have interfered with the chain. So, I found this off of an old BMX where the front wheel spins around 360. This is 2 cables into 1. Therefore, I'm able to operate both brakes with one hand grip. I could have went disc brakes, but it was hard enough getting this little BMX hub onto the wheel. Didn't want to try to go through the hassle of doing disc brakes. Went traditional. Very simply, just put a post out there, attached it there. Cable goes over here to this one. Reason why this fork is here and it's resting vertically, I would have loved to have had it horizontally, but the brake would have interfered with the chain here. Hence, it's sitting upright. The seat is a Walmart seat, $18, and I have no adjustment on it. I traditionally don't do any adjustments on my prototypes. So if you were to create one of these yourself, you would have to compensate on the leg height here to your height. The seat is supported here and these 2 areas. Right now I have a crack, a little weak spot. Someone sat on the edge and broke it, but I plan to repair that. Seat backs here, not even attached, just sitting right there. Works pretty good. Steering arms are very similar to a Tadpole recumbent trike. I made them nice and long, so you've got a lot of leverage here. Now it's only a 36-inch wheel base, and so it's kind of twitchy, hence I don't want as much leverage as I could. Notice there's a lot of tight clearances here. I even had to cut the seat away just so I can get clearance for the handlebars. But these are in a nice ergonomic position. On the wheels, I just welded on some grade 5 bolts. I choose grade 5 because grade 8s generally will snap when they fail. These guys, they'll bend. So far I've put this cart through a lot of G's and I've had no bends on the welds, no cracks. It's holding up real good. One downfall to this rig is if you slam on the brakes, you're going to put a little flat spot in the neoprene wheel. Here I'm truing the wheel up. Just took this little piece of plywood, clamp, bolt down there. Shaved off about 1/16 of an inch, but it's fine. So there you have it. It's a fun toy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.